ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10th ever fashion show, Strut for the Cure. Let's make some noise! Woo-woo! Now, for those of you who have been before, welcome back. We missed you, so glad to see you again. However, for those of you who have not been here before, we have a lot of good stuff for you guys tonight. So, to kick things off, I figure what better way to do it than a rap. Do you guys want to hear a rap? All right, let's kick it. Yo, 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 time for the fashion show. All about beating cancer, so you know you gotta go. We got some models, performers, and 2 MCs. You can get some food and some of D's nuts while you wouldn't go. It's all for charity. I promise you'll have fun with all sincerity. Over 100 in the group, lot of strong troops, making money like we going on loop. All about beating cancer, put that crap to rest. See people well dressed and we'll do our best. Donate what you want, we take all donations. It'll help any nation, go to any station at the booths. You can win prizes, witness people beating cancer with all shapes and sizes. The people need you, this is your best chance. We hope you donate, consider the circumstance. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and appreciate. Saving all those, you set the record straight. Popcorn, peanuts, and all sorts of food. Come to the show and you'll be in a better mood. In case you don't know me, I'm Little Fatty. With so many clubs, I'm gonna need a caddy. One of the best though, definitely it's Project Hope. Feeling so blessed, it's like I'm hanging with the Pope. This group changes lives, so many winning drives. Don't believe us? Look through the archives. You can help this group and so many others. We are all a family, we are sisters and brothers. Fighting is one, we are unstoppable. Raise so much money seems improbable. So much love in the world, time to spread it around. We'll give so much of it, you'll feel like you're gonna drown. We got 2 great leaders, Trainer and Mill. They solve every problem better than Dr. Phil. They push this group to do so much more. Start on the first floor and bust through the door before the fashion show. We need you most of all. We'll take everyone, no matter how big or small. I'm so glad you come, that is pretty dope. We have one mission, let's raise some hope. Word.
Steve, that rap, it was tight. But did you think you were the only person they would trust to rap on a live mic? Would the other co-host please stand up?
Say what?
I said, would Steve's other co-host please stand up? We're not gonna have a problem here doing a thing called Project Hope, and I hope you all think my rap is dope. But if I'm the dope, then we'll have to cope. But we're keeping it clean like a bar of soap. And by clean, I mean like PG-13, cause I don't wanna say anything really obscene, cause then Mill and Trainer have to intervene and ruin the aesthetic of the entire scene. So gentlemen, feel free to wear a tuxedo, but Dan Hayes, lose the Speedo, cause things are kinda getting creepy backstage and we wanna keep it kosher on the runway, cause the ladies wanna wear their dresses and slay, and I'll be like a mall cop on my best day. The audience will cheer, ooh look, a segue, because in 2 hours there's a lot to say. I'll start with point A, then I'll go to point B, then I'll kick it to Steve for point C and point D, and then he'll send it back over to me and we'll have a few guest speakers in between, cause I need you all to know this ain't my first rodeo. No, last year I was the co-host of this show, but where did my co-host go? Oh, he's in Arizona growing out of 6 low. What was his name? Oh yeah, his name was Jericho. Jericho was the co-host of this show. But if my Jericho host had to leave, I'm really happy my new partner is Steve. Would all in attendance please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Would all in attendance please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. If you want to find a cure, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. If you're hopeful for some more, please stand up. Please stand up. If we want to get rid of cancer, let's all do a call and answer. When I say project, you say hope. Project, project. When I say project, you say hope. Project, project. Now we're gonna do this thing with a little divide. We'll start over here on the left side, and then we'll swing it on over to the right. We'll do a little dueling chant tonight. So when I point to this side, you say project. When I point to this side, you say hope. Project, 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 project. Man, I'm so happy we're a community, but we're gonna do this thing with some unity. So if you can all chant along with me to celebrate the 9th anniversary. Project Hope, 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 Project Hope. Man, I couldn't have asked for more. Give me a holler if you wanna start. Strut for the Cure.
talented duo Michael Castano and Steve Allen.
Whew, 10 years, wow. All right. Nice job, guys. That was impressive. All right. Good evening, and welcome to the 10th annual Project Hope Strut for a Cure fashion show. My name is Sarah Mill, and this is Jess Trainer. And as the faculty advisors for Project Hope, we are so happy to have you all here with us to help us stand together in this fight against cancer. Unfortunately, most of us in the audience have likely known someone battling this devastating disease. Therefore, we know firsthand the catastrophic impact it can have on the individual, their loved ones, and communities as a whole. While we are so excited for you all to witness the phenomenal show these students have been putting together and putting their heart and soul into over the past several months, we are truly speechless looking at the turnout here tonight by all of you. Whew. Tonight, we are all here to come together to contribute to this fight that so many are courageously confronting every single day. Without you all, this night would never be possible, so thank you.
Going into the 10th anniversary year, we set a goal to raise $10,000. Over the last 9 years of Project Hope, Project Hope has successfully raised over $100,000. This money is donated throughout the year to various nonprofit cancer organizations, but more closely related to our hearts, a good portion of the funds are anonymously donated right back into our very own Timberlane district to families who are suffering from any form of cancer. It is our hope to alleviate some of the financial burden this disease causes. We thank everyone for coming out tonight to bring us one step closer to that goal.
Now, before we begin the show, we would like you to introduce you to this year's Project Hope Strut for the Cure student leaders who organized this spectacular event tonight. We have Jen Hughes, give a little wave. Sarah Pedalero. Alice Kokoris. Jake DeBurrow. Sophie Geisler. And Caroline Diamond.
Hi. We'd like to thank you all for coming out to the show tonight and taking the time to support a cause that is so important to each and every one of us.
We are so excited to show everyone what we have in store for the show. The night ahead will be nothing short of magical. I don't want to get off track here, but shout out to my mom. It's her birthday today, so thank you for coming today and for all the love and support you've given me.
It's been an honor to be able to work with such an amazing group of people. This group is incredibly talented, dedicated, and the show would not be possible without all their hard work.
We would like to take this time to appreciate everyone's support throughout this entire process. Tonight's show was all made possible through the outstanding efforts of the students and teachers here at Timberlane.
We would not have been able to do it without you and the hundreds of community members and local businesses who got involved. We can't express our gratitude enough. Enjoy the show!
Fantastic. Thank you all leaders. Once again, we want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And this is a treat. We've been having this event for 10 years. This is the 9th anniversary. And this all started, as you could guess, for those mathematically savvy, 10 years ago. And so, with that being said, we want to introduce the Project Hope founders, Rachel Riley and Elise Saltalamacchia, who are here this evening.
I'm Rachel Riley, and this is Elise, and we just wanted to reach out, I guess, and share a little bit. So, thank you for having us here at the 10th Annual Strut for a Cure fashion show. 10 years ago, Elise and I were sitting in the school cafeteria eating lunch when I proposed the idea about putting on a fashion show to raise money for breast cancer. My grandmother had just finished treatments for breast cancer when Elise had told me about her mother's diagnosis. We found comfort in each other and used our emotions to fuel this project. We sat down in the principal's office and shared our plan with Mr. Woodworth and Mrs. Denola. They both looked at us like we were crazy, but we had the determination. We roped Mrs. Guanci and Mrs. Cerne into being our team advisors, and it took off from there. We immediately got to work with the planning. We designed the runway, picked fun music, and started recruiting students. Our friends were immediately signed up to model, and they didn't have a choice. We needed the models. Elise and I set up to stores for donations. It was really difficult to get companies to donate to a first-year project like ours. We had to fight for this project to come together. After 6 weeks of running around without a clue about what we were doing, the night had finally come. Emotions were high, the models were ready, and the music was blaring. The specifics of the night were a blur, but I remember having the time of my life. Can you think of anything better than being on a runway with your friends listening to your favorite music? One of the best moments of the night was during the Survivor Walk. I walked down the runway hand in hand with my grandmother to My Wish. The tears were flowing, and she was squeezing my hand. She was the real reason behind my efforts for the show, and I wanted to fight back for cancer for her. We all know someone who has or is fighting cancer. We all know someone who has lost a loved one in their fight, and that's why we're all here. Since the first show, my family lost my grandfather to this horrible disease. It was an extremely difficult time for us, but we made it through together. We have all come here tonight because we're going to continue our fight against cancer and continue fighting for our loved ones. Sorry. I am here tonight to fight for my grandmother so she never has to go through it again. I am fighting in my grandfather's memory. I fight for friends and family. I'm fighting for my coworkers, members of the community, and strangers so that one day we don't have to suffer at the hands of this horrible disease. My hope is that the students involved with this project recognize their hard work and are so proud of it. I hope through this project you realize that it's important to fight for what you believe. Each student has the ability to make an impact on the world. It took me 10 years to realize the impact of this show that's had on the school, the community, and the cause. It all started with two students fighting for what they believed in. Thank you all for coming out to support the show. I am forever in awe of what it has become.
I put this on there for good luck. Whew, hard to follow that act. 10 years later, and every emotion that I felt back in 2010 can't compare to the love, support, and gratitude I feel looking around this gymnasium right now. Starting this back when Rachel and myself were juniors in high school, I would have never guessed that it would have created this community that it has. The program has evolved into its 10th annual fashion show, 200 students involved, and over $100,000 raised. It's crazy. We have made lifelong memories and unforgettable experiences. I want everyone to look to their left. Now look to your right. These faces that surround us are why this show is as big as it is. We all have either a personal experience with cancer or a loved one battling with it. The love and the support from everyone has been exactly why the reason Rachel and I started this show. It has meant more to me than any words I could possibly say. I'm grateful for every single student that has dedicated their time, energy, and effort. I'm grateful for Mrs. Guanci and Mrs. Cerne for taking our crazy concept and running with it. And of course, my partner in crime, Rachel, who helped me take an idea that we came up with during a normal day at lunch. My hands are shaking. A normal day at lunch and creating something incredibly beautiful and inspiring. Whew. But the real woman that I want to thank is my strong and beautiful mother. 10 years ago, I couldn't do this, so stand up for me, Mom. I got it. So you taught me in this world to be fearless and to push forward with all my heart because I could make anything happen that I wanted. You've overcome every obstacle that has been put in front of you, and you have done it with such strength. Thank you for making me the woman that I am today. You are the reason I want to make a small difference in this very big world. Your battle with such a prominent illness has helped me to build an entire community giving back to make a difference. I would love everyone to stand up. Now, I would love everyone to grab each side of your neighbor's hand. Oh, I know. Get close, people. So I'm going to have us take a moment of silence.
So thank you for being here, for showing up, and for taking a stand. Together, we are bigger than this disease. We are stronger than this disease. We are a collective force. We can conquer anything. I appreciate every single person for being a part of a program that will forever hold such a special place in my heart. Now give yourselves all a huge round of applause and enjoy the show.
Great job.
Thank you so much to Rachel and Elise. Can we give one more round of applause for them starting this 10 years ago?
One more.
So every year at this event, we always have one special keynote speaker. And this year is actually someone I've been very close friends with, who was an English teacher, now works as a dean, and is just a wonderful human being, and is going to share her story with you right now. So please give a wonderful round of applause to Jen Mitchison.
Thank you, Mr. Castano. Good evening. I have attended and participated in this amazing event for the past 10 years, but I never imagined that I would be the one to share my story. I'm honored. I have to begin with a shout out to a couple of people. Mr. Castano, for one, who actually really helped me to create a message that I would be happy to share. And a woman by the name of Sharon Bridson, who some of you may know, who recently reminded me through some very good mindful meditation that words are very powerful. As a seasoned English teacher, I'm no stranger to words. I'm no stranger to sharing words, expressing words, teaching words. But for whatever reason, sometimes it's easy to forget the power of words. Tonight, I'm going to share my story in 3 words: cancer, perspective, choice. Cancer. August 22nd, 2018, Dr. Edwards called. I was working in my office right here in this building in 606. I had been feeling off for the past couple of months, really tired, symptomatic, just not myself. And so I advocated. And fortunately, I can thank a great doctor, Dr. Edwards, for taking me seriously and listening to my concerns. He chose to take his own samples, run his own tests, and made the decision to send my cells to Dana-Farber. Then I got the call from a number that I did not recognize, and the voice on the other end, "Jennifer, you have cancer." That was a Jamaican accent, in case you were wondering. What? Cancer? This cannot be my life, I thought, but it was. And over the next few weeks, I underwent several screenings and tests and procedures, met with an OBGYN oncologist, a radiation oncologist, a medical oncologist. I never knew there were so many oncologists. Poking, prodding, like I was some kind of science experiment. And finally, the official diagnosis: you have stage 1B2 adenocarcinoma of the cervix. You have a tumor about the size of a golf ball that is inoperable, and the cancer has spread to your pelvic lymph nodes. You will need chemotherapy and radiation. I have cancer. Perspective. On May 19th, 2017, my husband of only 18 months unexpectedly passed away from a massive heart attack. Even now, after 4 rounds of cisplatin chemotherapy treatments, 25 radiation sessions, 2 days at Brigham and Women's Hospital for internal radiation, 7 weeks away from my normal life, cancer was not the worst thing that has happened to me. For me, this was my perspective, and it is this perspective that came with me to the very first day of my treatments. I laid back in the reclined hospital chair, and despite being tired, I could not sleep. I found that my perspective and I were too interested in gazing around the room at others. The others who, like me, were all hooked up to machines, pumping poison to kill poison, browsing through a book or looking at a phone and dozing off and on in between injections. But unlike me, I noticed there was a drastic difference. I was significantly younger than any other patient. It gave me a feeling as if I was a bench warmer on the sidelines watching the game of cancer, but it wasn't a game that I wanted to play. And I realized that there was an almost learned hopelessness about the players, something I did not wish to see in myself. My perspective chimed in, "Jennifer, you are young, you are healthy, you are strong. You will get through this. It is not the worst thing that has happened to you." My perspective taught me to take a step back and embrace the optimism. Choice. In life, if we are not happy with a situation, only we have the power to choose to change things. I always have a choice, and I always had a choice. I had a choice to pick up that phone call from Dr. Edwards, to sit hopelessly during my treatments, or to continue the work and the life that I knew would be there when I was better. To wake up every morning to make sure my daughter made it to school on time, to drive myself to the 25 days of radiation appointments, to embrace hope and those who were there to support me. Over the course of our lives, we all have choices that we make. My story is really nothing extraordinary, just a situation with a unique perspective and a series of choices along the way that led to the path of remission. Tonight, I would like to leave you with this. For those who have had, or find yourself facing cancer someday, I hope you give more power to the other two words, perspective and choice. Instead of cynicism, choose optimism. Instead of a fixed mindset, choose a different perspective. And instead of fear, of course, choose hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's weird saying Jen. I always refer to her as Mrs. Midgetson, for that awesome speech about the power of words we have. But other than speeches, we are here and we have this runway and we rented this, I'm sure, and we want to utilize it. So who is ready to begin the strut for the cure? We are going to kick things off this evening with the Best Buddies Walk. And here to kick off the show by supporting us here tonight, we have all of Timberlane's best buddies ready to rock the runway. If we have the music queued up,
Let's make some noise!
first we have the dynamite duo of Jillian and Jenna.
Next, we have Katie and Kat rocking those contagious smiles! That's what I just said.
Fantastic.
As I was saying, we have some Lululemon clothing showcase. We are being led down the runway in this first showcase by your very own Project Hope leaders and advisors. Woo-hoo!
Oh my goodness. This is that new Drake song that's hit the radio.
It's a banger, folks. You're gonna love it.
That is Alex. Alex is out here. Next we got Sophie.
Oh, is that my boy Jake right there?
We got Caroline.
I do believe that is Sarah.
And Jen.
Oh, and don't forget
Miss Mills.
Miss Mills and Miss Trainer.
They're teachers. They're teachers at the school.
Teachers.
They're looking fun. They're looking fit. They're fabulous. You can tell they're English teachers because that was a lot of alliteration.
Look at the move. Hey.
They're teachers at the school, Steve. I have no idea who that is, though. Hey, they're coming back out. A big round of applause for the leaders and advisors.
Oh, and the teachers, they're back again.
Miss Mills' mother is in the front row sending out a Snapchat to the whole family. Right over there. That's her mom. Oh my goodness, that was exciting.
Wonderful stuff, people. Wonderful stuff.
Is Alex coming out again? We got some more things. This is what's going to happen tonight because we have the runway and it's the Strut for the Cure, so we're just going to keep doing this over the
Fashion,
course of the
people.
night. So,
Fashion.
you're stuck here for the duration of the evening seeing this. We've got some clothes.
Do we have clothes?
We have one of my favorite individuals, the TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx?
I believe Nick Valhooley works there. It's either there or at Marshall's. I'm not sure. But we're going to start it off with some TJ Maxx clothing for this set, starting with the music cue.
Let's get it on.
Here they come. Someone is handing us a piece of paper, a top secret note. They're coming down the runway is Ida and Alicia Boucher. Ida is wearing a blue off-the-shoulder dress, simple yet flattering, while Alicia is making her way down the runway in a black outfit of shorts, a top and a floral kimono, which has a nice touch of color to the versatile outfit.
Next to start their stuff is Autumn and Amelia. The two are rocking jumpsuits. Amelia is wearing a black off-the-shoulder jumpsuit that complements Autumn's green overall jumpsuit. Autumn is also wearing a cute striped undershirt. Looking bad, ladies.
Oh, they are in awe. They are in shock, Steve. They don't know what they just saw.
Look at those wonderful smiles.
Next up, here comes Billy. He's going to be styling in the flamingos and pink representing those ribbons. But right behind him is Haley and Abby ready for duty in the fight for hope with their camo outfits sure to turn heads.
Man, is it hot in here or is it just me?
It is just you, Steven. They love those flamingos.
Oh my god. Here comes Sean Rudd, improv prodigy and football star, accompanied by his stunning cheerleader girlfriend Maya Gary. Here you see Sean strutting his stuff in a maroon collared t-shirt and light wash jeans. Maya's white lace top hair with dark wash jeans and sunglasses are the perfect complement. You guys are killing it.
We're giving that maroon 5 out of 5, Mr. Rudd. Next up, we got Dan. We got Chloe, who are rocking the black and white gym outfits. Dan is wearing some head-turning white Adidas pants and a black shirt. Chloe's wearing black Adidas pants and a white sweatshirt. They sure did match their outfits perfectly. It's like a walking chessboard.
What's cooking, good lookins? Here comes Jocelyn and Christy making their way down the runway. Jocelyn is sporting a light gray zip-up with pastel-colored leggings, and Christy is wearing some snazzy floral purple leggings paired with a simple white t-shirt. These outfits are cute and comfy, perfect for the gym or just a casual day.
Stranger Things.
And I'm sure a country song anytime soon.
We got a staff member. I just dropped my writing utensil.
That's okay.
This is a song change.
Song.
Here comes Miss Law and Miss Bird with pep in their step, modeling athleisure wear from TJ Maxx, both wearing a damn tank top, Calvin Klein leggings, and a New Balance windbreaker. Yes!
Wow, fabulous jump, very athletic.
I didn't know Miss Law could run. I thought she was a math teacher.
And here comes Mrs. Spence, sporting her edgy camo pants, spiced up with a bright coral tank and button-up crop top. This trendy look lifestyle envied Ashley Mason can be found at TJ Maxx. This lady is looking stealthy and ready for any adventure.
Miss Spence. Now we've got, I believe, sporting some athletic swag. Here comes Mr. Hope. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! That's Mr. Cunningham! He's wearing those gray joggers and the dark gray athletic quarter zip, and that must mean those flip-flop wearing feet belong to the one and only Mr. Horgan. To accent those flops, Mr. Horgan is wearing Calvin Klein khaki pants and his finest sea green shirt. Talk about a Freaky Friday.
Saturday.
Whatever. Then we have none other than Miss Guancy. She is ready for April break, not only because she has a little child at home, but because she is in this comfortable but chic outfit. Her coral linen pants combined with her bohemian print top are perfect for a stroll down the beach in Florida. Sorry to break it, Miss Guancy, but you still have another week to go. A big round of applause for everyone sporting this gear at the TJ Maxx.
This kind of seems like deja vu a little bit.
I once got lost in a TJ Maxx.
Did you really?
No, but I'm using it as a segue. They're all coming back out onto the runway. I am still loving Dan Hayes in that chessboard attire.
Is he single?
I believe he has a girlfriend who just came back from college.
That is very unfortunate news. But good for him, though. He's looking very handsome. I do not wear Speedos.
Love the denim, too. A whole new side of Miss Law I've never seen before.
Miss Bird, I will see you in gym.
Miss Guancy ready for the vacay. Morgan Cunningham with the outfit swap. Oh.
Hey, Cassano, what do we got next?
We have, this is very cool. Like I said, this is 10 years it's been happening, the 9th anniversary, and we have some alum who are going to be coming back throughout the course of the evening. We have the entire Ross family, maybe not the whole family, but at least 3 of them. We have Alicia, Kaylee, and Connor. Woo! And they're going to give us a little speech about what Project Hope taught them when they were here.
Hello. So I'm Alicia, Kaylee, Connor, for those of you who don't know us. So about 9 years ago, I was a freshman in high school. It was the 2nd year that the show had been going on. And I just remember hearing an announcement over the speakers. There's a Project Hope meeting, come down. So I thought, all right, cool. I'm a little freshman and walk down. I opened that door, I saw all of these older kids, and I walked right out. And I regretted it the instant I walked out. Because after I heard about Project Hope and how successful it was, I really wished that I had been a part of it. So that 2nd year, my sophomore year, I joined, and it was the most humbling experience that I had ever been able to be a part of. It was amazing. All the people that I met, all the things that we got to do, I was just really happy to be a part of it. We raised all this money to help all these families. I was able to meet this little boy, Cole. He was the recipient for the Angel Fund, and I just remember his innocent, sweet smile. Recently after the show, he had passed, and I just remember feeling really helpless, even though we had just raised over $10,000 for the community and the Susan G. Komen, And I just knew that I wanted to continue to be a part of this amazing program. So the next year, my junior year, I became a leader, and I helped raise money with the rest of the students. Same with my senior year. And I just never thought that it would be such a big impact in my life until I graduated high school. And now I continue to volunteer and help out, do makeup, make sure everybody has their sanity, doing decorations. So it just taught me to be selfless, taught me to be kind, do acts of kindness when no one's looking. Everybody appreciates something like that. So I just wanted to thank Elise and Rachel for starting this, Guancy for putting up with everybody for all the years that she helped out. You guys were great role models for all of us.
So I'm Kaylee. I don't have a great story about how I started Project Hope. I just started it because Alicia was doing it, so I was like, oh, I want to do that too, because that's what every younger sister wants to do. So I did it all 4 years of high school, and I was a leader of one of the 4 that we had in 2015-2016. And during my year of being a leader, we got the surprise that Guancy was about to have a mini Guancy, and we had to hurry up our process of getting to Project Hope, the actual show. So instead of having 8 months to prepare, we had 5 months to prepare for the show. And instead of April, we had it in January. So that was very stressful, but it kind of gave us more motivation to get it all done and just have like the willpower to actually want to get everything done in time. So I want to thank Guancy. I don't know where she is, but she taught me that like being a leader and of such like a great organization is really important, and I love being a leader. And also how to put like together such a great fundraiser. Project Hope taught me the importance of community service and how strong a community can be when everyone comes together to support one another. And thanks to this like whole community and everyone here, I do community service at school all year round for like 3 days a week, and it's like it's so great for me. Yeah.
My name is Connor, and I was a leader in 2018, which is last year. Being a part of Project Hope taught me that the world is much bigger than what most people know. Guancy especially opened up my eyes to what giving back to the community really felt and looked like. She instilled the importance of raising awareness for this cause to me and to every other Project Hope member that's in it currently and in the past. And to keep it short for that, I'm forever grateful for what she has taught me and for what she has done to for this organization. Thank you.
Give another big round of applause for the Ross Trio. There is a very excited fan sitting to our left who says he knows all of them. I'm a little concerned. So we're just going to move past it. And we're going to go to a performance. We have some other performances this evening, Steve.
No, do we? Really?
We have a song that's going to be performed by Taylor April.
Let's give it up for Taylor April, everyone. Woo!
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast, be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle beneath your skin. Kept on the inside, no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave, just want to see you. I just want to see you, just want to see you. I want to see you be brave.
let's give one more round of applause for Taylor April. Steve, I would like to make a bold statement.
What's that?
I could not sing that song.
You want to know what's amazing, Mr. Castano? I am practically sweating, and that performance still gave me chills.
Ooh, Steven, excellent. You know what I think we need then?
What?
To cool it off a little bit, we need to have another runway walk.
Heck
some Strutting
yeah.
for the Cure with some opal and oak first, and then some of the tiny boutique.
Woo.
Or some people would say, boutique. We're waiting for that music.
Here we go.
And coming out first is the duo of Shauna and Lauren, pulling out the best dresses of summer in complementing outfits. Lauren is in casual in a flow pastel pink and white dress with stripes, with Shauna by her side wearing a fitted dark green dress with a floral pattern. I guess it's true what they say, opposites do look good together.
Look out, everyone! It's about to get a little hotter in here! Walking down the runway, we have Emma and Sydney. Emma's rocking a flowy white dress covered in glittery stars, while Sydney's slaying a simple white dress with a ruffled trim. Are these girls on fire, or is it just me?
I have both of them in my world studies class, and they owe me a lot of assignments, so I don't know why they're here tonight. Next up, we have walking out our Taylor and Kendall, making big statements in their outfits from the tiny shop. Taylor is kicking off spring with some flower powder on her jeans and a green top, while Kendall is keeping it casual with her corduroy jacket, black jeans, and a simple beige top. I guess you could say that they put the fresh in freshmen.
Oh me, oh my! Here comes some ladies in some super cool threads making their way down the runway. Monica with her simple white sundress, and Ari with her floral romper. Can we get a hoot hoot?
They're making their way back.
Fabulous, ladies, fabulous.
Next we have Madison rocking gray skinny jeans, accented by a cool summer yellow knit top. She's added a little sparkle with a quirky elephant necklace and topped it all off with a vintage black blazer that adds the finishing touch to make this a great night out on the town look.
I love the flare at the end, amazing.
Who do we have next, Steve?
Whoa! Next up we have Maddie, Taylor, and Maria killing the catwalk, modeling the tiny shop. Maddie looks terrific, styling a black knit sweater with some classy plaid pants. Did somebody say twinning? Check out Taylor and Maria's jeans. Twinning is winning, girls. Taylor is wearing a fantastic white tank top with an orange tie-dye cardigan. Then we have Maria in a yellow tank top, lace cardigan, and a lovely smile. Work it, ladies, work it!
Steve, let's see one more time all those individuals from Opal and Oak and the Tiny Boutique.
Everybody back on, please, thank you!
The summer wear, Stephen, it is a very, you need to start changing out the closets. You need to start making sure you have the right attire to wear.
Summer's coming so close, yet so far away.
I could not pull most of these things off, but that's okay.
I wish I could rock a romper. Well, that was very fun. But now we have another performance for you guys today. Please give it up for Eve Harnois and Whitney Smith.
There goes my heart beating. You are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now.
That was incredible. But
Still couldn't sing that song either, Steve.
me neither. Good gosh. But we have another showcase for you. It is Marshall's clothing showcase tonight.
If Nick Valhouli does not work at TJ Maxx, it is definitely Marshall's.
It's got to be one of the two. Got to be one of the two.
I think he quit those jobs. Well, we're moving on then, because here comes Kirsten and Sarah in their cute floral leggings and tank tops. These ladies are ready for a day of relaxing or ready to hit the dance studio. They did the double high five. That's 20. 20.
Good math, good math. Next, strutting their stuff is Elida Bates and Hannah Collins. Elida is sporting a white golf skirt with a floral athletic shirt and her flawless smile. Hannah, on the other
She is
hand...
riding some sort of pony, Steven.
Really? I just missed it. Hannah, on the other hand, is ready to ride the stables in her cute overalls. Looking great, ladies.
Next, here comes Ashley and Emily looking out of this world, wearing their white jeans, NASA t-shirts, and space-like jackets. These girls are taking one small step for man or woman and one giant leap for hope. See, Steve, it was a double entendre because it says NASA and I get it. I'm just ignoring that because I want to work here on Monday. Next, we have...
Oh, let's take a look at these most iconic besties. Caitlin slaying in some bougie pink leggings and black pullover, while Avery's killing it in her epic purple leggings and white sweatshirt. Just because they hate yoga does not mean they can't rock the swaggy fits, because now what they say, fake it till you make it.
That's what I do when I lesson plan for all my classes, Steven. Here comes Jake and Kelsey making their way down the runway. They are rocking the classic jeans and t-shirt look, perfect for a spring day. Look, they crossed the arms.
Oh, it's a side booty bump.
That was a little salacious, but that's okay. What do we have next, Steven?
Look at these two blondes rocking their athletic attire. Emily and Maddie's patterned leggings are sure to stick out. To top it all off, they're sporting matching jackets that are definitely eye-catching. You can see them from a mile away. With the color-popping leggings and jacket, no one will miss these.
They are stretching. They are running in the most inefficient way, which is holding interlocked hands.
Very athletic fit, my friend. Very athletic.
Next, here comes Abby and Sam, ready to enjoy a casual day on the town. Abby is rocking a yellow skirt paired with a navy short sleeve top to complement Sam's navy button-up style with light wash jeans. Looking great, guys.
Sam, please save a kiss for me later.
This is getting even more awkward. Moving on.
Holy handsome, look at these fine young men strutting their stuff in their summer top. Joe, who is wearing his flamingo pattern button-down short sleeve shirt, would look great at any beach, while his counterpart Dimitri is rocking the teal shirt and the shorts to pull the look all together. These men are killing it out on the runway, and remember, ladies, they're single. Their moms must be so proud.
Dimitri put down his big gulp earlier to dap me up. Dimitri!
Must be a swamp because we got some Crocs in here.
Up next is the trio that everyone's been waiting for. Ariana is modeling a floral print bodysuit, which is perfect to layer and looks lovely when paired with these golden airy pants accented with a delicate bow at the waist. Gianna is keeping it simple with a ready-for-summer jumpsuit, yet complex with a variety of bold stripes. Last but not least, Lena styling a black dress paired with a cozy cardigan. Lucky for her, the dress has pockets.
Pockets are very important, people.
Mr. Rogers always wanted that.
Indeed. Here comes two iconic queens, Lauren and Sydney, taking over the runway and swerving looks. Lauren is slaying some olive paper bag pants and a fierce black bodysuit. Sydney is popping off in her chic black jumpsuit. Casual wear has never looked so fabulous.
Oh my goodness, Steve. Who's coming next? It's a who's who of people.
Let's see who it is. Namaste! Hide your guns because these girls are prepared for some goat yoga. Welcome Olivia, wearing a lilac athletic jacket paired with some beaming burgundy leggings. Abby's rocking the sky zip-up white jacket paired with some bright camo leggings. And Emily's strutting a white athletic jacket paired with some snazzy pink leggings.
I would never let a goat sit on me. Next we have, last but not least, here it comes, Jake and Abby. It looks like these two are on their way to the gym. Jake is wearing gray sweatpants with a black Nike shirt and black sneakers, while Abby's wearing blue leggings with a black athletic jacket with white sneakers. You always have to be careful with the white sneakers, Steve. They could get
just flashes on it.
I thought that was John Cena for a second.
Oh, the goat yoga ladies, welcome back.
Love those goats.
Goats, Tom Brady, you know it. You made it.
Just got rid of someone. I think we just traded Chris Hogan. No more beady eyes. The lady in the front row knows. Big fan. Has a big crush. We have another The Power of Hope speech. It seems all these families happen to be in groups of trios. We have the Ripleys, Madison, Chad, and Delaney. Please give them a very warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. It takes a village, and this village is so unique in nature. Our community comes together once a year for this night of hope, of giving back, and of being a part of something bigger than ourselves. Most importantly, we join together to show sentiment, to express emotion, and to be vulnerable in these emotions. How fortunate am I to have shared this opportunity with friends and mentors, family, and complete strangers. I watch my sister grace the stage, my brother own the runway, and I yearn to contribute to the impact they were making.
To have the opportunity to speak 3 years later at this event is both an honor and a privilege. Being a leader for this organization provided us something that travels with us even all these years after. Project Hope has provided my sisters and I a sense of belonging, a greater work ethic, and an opportunity to believe in something bigger than ourselves. Once my duty as a leader was complete, I was left to reflect on the impact it had on my life. Sure, I was sad that my time during the group was over, but my reflections surrounded the appreciation towards the community and the ability to work cumulatively to achieve these goals and put together such an impactful evening. Every year that I come back to these shows, I'm reminded of this impact.
They say that if you want to reach someplace new, then you have to do something different than you've always done. 10 years ago, I watched as Elise and Rachel poured their entire being into something big, something unimaginable. A cause, a purpose so deep that you can feel it right now, deep down in the pit of your belly. When I took this stage for the first time, I realized that this feeling was hope, an outlet to repurpose grief and sorrow, right? Sadness and defeat, right? It's hope. I've sat through 10 brilliant shows, each as impressive as the last. Elise and Rachel inspired us, inspired myself, and it all trickled down from there, morphing this emotion into something purposeful, something powerful. You can feel the energy in the air tonight, right? It's the goosebumps on your skin and the lump in your throat. It's hope. Lean into it, and who knows, maybe it'll just start a decade of reaction. Thank you.
Let's give a nice round of applause to the Ripleys. Steve, before we go to intermission, I would like to say something.
Please do.
There was an individual backstage, Mr. Colin Scully.
Yes?
And he said to me that dance is not a sport.
What? That's a joke.
We're gonna try that again, everyone with a big gasp.
Yeah.
He said dance was not a sport. And I say this, where's the golf team performing before intermission?
Or what about the curling team? I mean, come on now.
But heading us into intermission is going to be our very own dance team performing this next number.
Tell them a story. Told me not to cry when you were gone. This hurt that I've been through,
Tony, think you could do that?
That's going to be my third no, Steve.
I
One
love
more
it.
round of applause for the Timberlane Dance Team. So what we're going to do now, Stephen, we're going to take a 30-minute intermission. If I go mysteriously missing, I am rigging some of the silent auctions, and then I will see you back here, all of us back here, in the next 30 minutes.
Yes.
Enjoy intermission, everyone. We're going to kick things off with another song and a little guitar with none other than Cassidy Pelletier.
Amazing performance by Cassidy Pelletier. Please give it up for her one more time. Now we're going to transition to an alumni speech. Please get up for Connor Schott and Jesse Hughes.
Hi, I'm Jessie, and I was a leader in 2018, which was last year's show. Being a part of an amazing organization is an experience that will forever impact my life. Cancer affects so many lives, and to see the amount of money Project Hope has been able to raise to help this cause amazes me. It excites me to see the growth this program has each year, and I am so excited to see what Project Hope can do during the next decade of hope. This program has brought me so much, and I'm forever thankful for the opportunity to be able to lead such an amazing group.
Hi, I'm Connor. I was leader along with Jesse last year. Project Hope to me was one of the best experiences of not only high school, but my life. I can't believe it's already been 10 years since Guancy started this program. Cancer has had a pretty big impact on my life, so to raise money and actually make a difference is such an amazing feeling. And to do it with some of your best friends makes it even better. The friendships that are formed with other leaders and members are so strong. I became so close with each one of the leaders last year, and there will always be an unspoken bond between any past and future Project Hope leader. Everything we do is so memorable, and I will always remember how amazing this organization was to be a part of. I will always be proud to say that I was part of Project Hope. Thank you.
A big round of applause once again for Connor and Jesse. Steve, we have something pretty fun coming up. We're just going to ignore this piece of paper that's being put here by Miss Mill. And we have 10 years, the 9th anniversary. We have something very special with the Alumni Walk.
Ooh, from a speech to a walk. How exciting.
The original two started it off, Steve. Leading away. A lot of these people I don't know. I know Cerny and Guancy. I remember some of them. They spoke earlier. Is it? A huge round of applause for these wonderful alums, teachers and staff alike.
Thank you guys for everything you've done and continue to keep doing. Jesus, I hope that's me one day.
All right, Steve. Before we had some of this spring, summer attire a little less formal, but now we move on with prom in the air to the formal wear portion of the evening.
We are getting fancy, y'all.
We are starting it off with David's Bridal and Men's Warehouse Formal Wear Showcase. And we're starting off with Colin, who is looking smooth, rocking his black suit with a red tie. With him is Kate, who is dressed to impress in her black velvet evening gown with gold detailing and sparkles on top. This pair is certain to wow any audience.
You're wearing us right now.
Earlier, he told me his suit would be navy blue. It wasn't.
And here comes Lauren and Billy, looking quite picture perfect together. Billy is absolutely dapper in this earth tone ensemble, looking like the true gentleman, while escorting Lauren in her mysterious midnight dress, with sparkles like the stars. These two really know how to dress us all spiffy like.
Men ready for prom, showing off the armies, pointing to someone. Maybe it's us. Look at these lovely ladies ready to tear up the dance floor. Sarah is working it in her two-piece floral dress, and the other Sarah is looking lovely in a sparkly navy dress. Keeping it cute, yet comfy. My favorite dress is the one that Sarah is wearing.
Me too. And here comes next week on the way to
sure that reference was no longer topical. Here comes Jake and Kira, killing it on the runway. Kira is rocking a navy blue dress that is highlighted with gold lace. Jake is wearing a stylish, also navy blue tux and vest with a yellow tie. Let's see what moves they're going to pull out for us. It is a twirl. It is a little dip back, and they're heading back down the runway.
So cute, so cute.
What do we have next, Steve?
Auntie, you better get the camera, because these two are about to bring the sauce to the Project Home runway. Christy is wearing a classy maroon velvet dress, while Alex is rocking a sleek gray suit with a touch of red. Will we see these two together come prom night as they dance the night away? Always remember that the juice is temporary, but the sauce is forever.
I have no idea what that means. They are doing some sort of quadruple high five. They're eating soup? No, what are they doing? They're just walking back. They're walking, what was it? They were mixing some sort of baking, showing that men and women can cook. It's very progressive.
Some kind of soup, but we don't know what kind.
Next up, we have making an elegant appearance on the runway now is Autumn and Dan. Dan is wearing a snazzy black suit with a plum, purple, little redundant, vest and tie. Autumn is being bold in a silky, navy blue mermaid gown with gemstones dotted on the front. Someone get a camera, because this is a picture-perfect moment.
Oh, good one.
I'm just kidding. Dan Hayes didn't have Speedos in the back. It was Mr. Horgan.
Oh, would you look at this duo? Next up, we have Jake and Abby strutting their stuff and looking fresh in their formal wear. Jake is rocking a blue Calvin Klein tux accented by a pink bow tie and vest, while Abby is wearing an elegant red off-the-shoulder dress. JC said it best, folks. You can go to school, but you can't buy class. These two definitely have it.
Who do we have next? Oh, here comes Dimitri and Ellie. Ellie is looking ravishing in her icy blue and white gown, and Dimitri is matching perfectly, rocking the white suit. He's pulling something out of his pocket. It is some sort of BlackBerry. He's taking a picture with it. I'm just kidding, it's a Nokia flip phone. Fantastic. That'll be the most likes you ever get, Dimitri. What do we have next, Steven?
Take it easy, my friend. Holy guacamole! Last year, these two were looking like a couple of snacks, but this year they're looking like a full-course meal. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Sophie's wearing a maroon sequin dress that flares out at the bottom, and Alex is stuck in a casual gray suit with a touch of red. These two seriously can't be stopped until they get off stage, of course, but...
Another maroon 5 out of 5. Much better than the halftime show this year. Who do we have next, Steven? We got, I'm going to be a little confused because we have, I believe, Chloe and Chloe. A stunning duo. Chloe is wearing a navy blue and gold gown. The other Chloe is wearing a baby pink ball gown with silver details. Looking good. Chloe squared. They blow the kiss, they grab hands, and they're heading back down the runway.
Hey, who do you think looked better, Chloe or Chloe?
I'm going with Sarah. I'm just kidding, I'm going with Chloe. Who do we have next to?
Next down the runway is Colin and Sarah. Colin is looking slick in his navy blue suit, hair with a pop-in red tie, while Sarah is dressed in her favorite maroon color that is accented with gold lace around the neckline. These two surely do steal the show.
They're doing some sort of another high five. I can't keep up with any of what the kids do these days.
A lot of bumping of the fists there.
It's some sort of street cred thing. Next we got, here comes Corinne and Dan strutting their stuff. Dan is looking dapper once again in his plum purple vest and sleek black suit. Corinne is glowing in an elegant floral patterned mermaid gown. This look is simple yet timeless, and they look ready to dance the night away.
And give me a sample of a dance. Next time.
Dan is running away very quickly.
Let's see who we got next. All eyes are on Lauren and Joe as they make their way down the runway. Lauren is ravishing in his navy blue sequin dress, and Joe is looking as handsome as ever in his classic black suit, spiced up with a touch of pink. How can you resist staring at such a good-looking couple?
Joe has come such a long way since I saw him the first time showed up late most days, usually with nachos from the cafeteria. So to see him clean up like this, it is a sight to behold. Who do we have next here? Oh, we have Jake and Haley. They are looking as handsome and beautiful as ever. Jake is looking spiffy in his navy blue tux with a matching vest and a yellow tie to match Haley in her stunning navy blue gown with silver detailing. These two are ready to wow this prom season. Are you going to prom together? This is very awkward and they better leave very soon.
That's okay, Gustavo.
Alrighty.
Well, here come a couple of queens strutting their stuff down the runway. Jocelyn is feeling the show in a simple, elegant blue dress. Caroline is dripping in sparkles in a knockout rose gold gown. Just look at this dynamic duo go. Wow!
What are they going to pull out? Are they pulling out all the stops? They're keeping it simple and classy. They took my advice. Well, I spoke too soon.
Save me a kiss for later, maybe?
We're still live, Steve. Let's have everyone come out from Men's Warehouse and David's Bridal. What were some of your favorites? Oh, the coat is off.
Oh my lord, the coat is off.
Who's that gentleman pointing to his mother again?
Mom must be very popular here.
He couldn't have afforded to get him better seats, though. Now, Steve, I have a question for you. How long into the evening can you wait to take the jacket off? Can you go to prom and take it off right away?
Man, I wish I could, man. I don't know. But either way, they look good without the jacket or with the jacket.
Especially with the vest, the multicolored vest combo.
I must say, those dresses are very sparkly. They must got like diamonds or something on them.
Especially Caroline Diamond. They-o.
Right? Man, it's so sparkly, they didn't have all lights off, and yet they still see her amazingly.
Joe Casey just gave some women in the front row their number. This is... Second. We're going to honor some more people. Who do we have up next?
Yes, well, we have a very important speech. It is our Hope for the Future speech by alumni Haley Dow and Aaron Augusta. Please give a round of applause.
Hi everyone, my name is Haley and I was one of the student leaders in 2014, and this is Aaron. He was one of the leaders last year. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here tonight. This program, as you've heard several times, has meant so much to so many of us over the past 10 years. We are truly just continued to be speechless of how much success this program has had. This program continues to touch the lives of Timberlane students, faculty, but most importantly, the Timberlane community. Over the past decade, Project Hope has taught students to work together to be a part of something bigger than themselves. We can only hope this program continues to grow and become a bigger success to help all those whose lives are impacted by cancer.
We believe with the power of the community working together, we can continue with fundraising efforts to be able to provide support to those who are going through tough times. To make them know that just because they're fighting alone, they are never actually alone. Here's to the next decade of hope. We hope to continue to stand together as one and to complete the ultimate goal of finding a cure. Thank you.
Very, very good speech. And now we are going to be showcasing something that's pretty familiar to us. The Ultimate and Joseph A. Bank. Oh, I'm so sorry. We have a performance. Yes, please give it up for Ellie McCormick, Milkmen, and Sarah Padalero performing A Million Dreams.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind.
There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compiled, each one there makes you smile on a rainy day. They can say, it all sounds crazy. They can say, I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. Oh, 'cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but someone I'm bringing you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see, we close our eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Man, I wish I had a voice like that.
Steve,
Yeah,
you were a little eager,
I was. I'm eager now.
but what do we got next?
The Ultimate in Joseph A. Bank Formal Wear Showcase.
It's happening now.
It's happening now. Look at these very snazzy juniors in their prom attire. Ashley's looking just stunning in her flowing green floral pattern dress. And Cam is not only feeling great, but looking great in his navy suit, light pink vest, and bow tie.
Yes, the classic. Preparing for prom.
1 year, one more year.
Oh, they're juniors.
Yes, I know.
Next up. Wait a second, Steven. Oh, I've heard rumors. Is that Mitch Hammond and Bridget Buckley? It looks like it is. Here Mitch comes representing Joseph A. Bank in a stunning suede all-black tux fit, vest in a great tie compliment. Just look at how snazzy that snack is looking. That's what it said on the script. And look at Bridget, stunning in that sparkly blue dress. Wowza, that's a pair that is going to be hard to top.
And she's still looking for a prom date, by the way. Just let you know. Oh, all dressed up in black and white. Wow, what a good-looking couple. Amelia is wearing a white dress with black detailing, and David is wearing a white jacket and black pants. A classic to rock this runway tonight. Oh my.
Yes. I feel like I'm in one of those James Bond movies.
I know, right? 007, am I right? Yes, sir.
Steve, no need to do a double take because here comes Kyle and Abby strutting their stuff in blue. Abby's wearing a knockout blue strapless dress and Kyle is in a dapper blue suit. They are crushing it on the runway and both are dressed to impress and ready to wow you. Oh, the double peace sign. They're walking back down.
back at it again, and Kelsey are showing who's boss as they climb down the runway in their simply stunning black and white ensemble. Accompanied by a pop of color from David's bow tie, this look is sure to turn heads.
They're doing some sort of game of knick-knack, paddywhack up there. They're turning back around. Once again, the James Bond look is just...
His flow is beautiful, I must say. Even better in the back.
Who do we have? Oh, look at these showstoppers. Maddie is wearing a black dress with colorful flowering details that totally make it pop. Nick is killing it in his white suit. He's throwing the football. What's happening? He is looking for that classic Charlie Brown run. Oh no! He missed the football.
Don't hurt yourself.
He's walking to the back.
I think he actually did hurt himself.
You can spot these two anywhere. Nick, we'll get you the medic.
See you at TG Maxx.
I think it was Marshall's.
Marshall's, there it is.
Who do we have next?
Well, here comes Kirsten and Madison, both looking stunning as they work their way down the runway. Kirsten is wearing a light football gown with some lace detail at the top, off the shoulder sleeve, and of course a lace back. Madison is wearing a beautiful full ball gown with bedazzled glitter on the bottom. Both girls are certain to be the belle of the ball in their stunning gowns. A lot of sparkles there again. Really hitting home with those sparkles.
You know what? I have to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these next two strutting their stuff. Riley is stunning with her vibrant purple gown with sparkle detailing, and Cam rocking a navy blue suit with a pink vest and bow tie. Oh, it was an air ball. That's okay. That's okay.
It's alright, it was the wind in here. It's a big draft.
Luckily, we didn't hit that giant light. I'm definitely not saying this one, Steve.
I got that for you, bud. Everybody better hide your boyfriends, ladies, because here comes Olivia, Abby, and Emily, repping the ultimate. First, we have Emily strutting a sparkling emerald dress, followed by Abby wearing an elegant two-piece yellow dress, and Olivia in a teal and beige halter dress with some sparkles. These girls really know how to strut their stuff.
I feel like I am the Wizard of Oz, Steven. Steven.
Yes.
Wait a second. Is this who I think it is? Here comes Emily and Evan. Oh, looking dynamite as Emily's looking like $1 million in her gold mermaid-style dress, while Evan's gray tux and navy blue tie come together to perfection. Who's excited for prom season now?
I know I am.
Are you guys going to prom together?
That's a yes! It is confirmed!
Oh, Steve, what do we got next?
Everybody better watch out. Here comes Nicole. Look at Nicole is rocking a gorgeous yellow gown. She's simply stunning. And Alexis is styling an elegant, iridescent red gown. Aren't they ready for these two?
That reminds me of a Harry Belafonte solo.
I don't get that reference, but okay then.
Some of the older people will. All right, who do we have next here? Coming up next.
What do we got?
Oh, we have David. David is coming out. David, classic hip bump, another hip bump, a big wave to the audience. In the pose. Yes, Dylan. Dylan wants us to clap. We're clapping. Dylan, 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 Dylan. That is something, Steve.
Yes, it is.
All right, who do we have next in this showcase?
Let's see who we
Here
got
we
next.
go. Something like this was bound to happen because we've had a flawless night so far. This is a little unprofessional. We apologize.
Indeed. There
Oh, there he is.
Oh, and there's more. And more. And more. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more. So many more. There's a lot of more.
They're all coming out. I feel on that for coming on a few weeks early.
So glad you're going to be coming with us this summer. It's going to be so much fun with you.
I'm very excited. I proposed to my wife over tacos at dinner.
Yes, please tell your wife I
Will do, Steven. What else do you We have everyone coming back out, showing these off. Fantastic. Evan showing off the vest. Steve, Dylan wants the guy to go again. Dylan, 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 Dylan. Steve, if only we had 2 more pieces of attire to show off.
If only, right?
If I'm correct. Well, you go up there, Steve, because I believe you are wearing some Jose Bank attire. Look at that. Steven is, oh, he's posing, he's strutting, he's turning. Look at that. And maybe Steven, in the most narcissistic thing I've ever done, I will strut my stuff as well.
There you go, Castano. Your outfit looks very similar to mine. Crazy, it's like you copied me. Oh wait, he did. How original, Castano.
2008, 2000 late with the ducky face, but Mill and Trainer told me they wanted me to show this off, and I need to return it tomorrow, so that was my only chance.
Fair enough.
We have something very special, and I know over the course of the evening, Steve and I, we can be a little bit jokey, but tonight's probably, of this whole event, the most important part of this evening. We are going to have, right now, the Cancer Fighter Survivor Memorial Walk. So if you are someone walking, if you are someone accompanying someone in the walk, if you could now make your way to the back of the runway so you can come out here and we can all cheer you on in this very special Cancer Fighter Survivor Memorial Walk. And while this walk is going on, we have 2 very special teachers who helped start it all, Meg Guanci and Lisa Cerny.
Hi, I'm Lisa Cerny. The first year Miss Guanci and I put on this show was a complete whirlwind. Neither Miss Guanci nor I had any experience with putting together a fashion show and pretty much flew by the seat of our pants every step of the way. I want you all to take a good look at these beautiful curtains behind me. These curtains are the perfect representation of that first show. With the little time we had from when the idea came about and the empty bank account to fund anything we were doing, our options for curtains were pretty limited. However, Elisa's aunt ended up donating us quite a few new and unused hospital sheets to use to make curtains. So for those of you who don't know, I teach sewing here at the high school. Rachel and Elise attempted to dye them black, which in the end resulted in this blackish, purplish tie-dye that you see here. So the girls brought these interesting colored sheets back to the school for me to sew together. So during my lunch, prep periods, and maybe a class or 2, I sewed each sheet together to make a curtain that we could use until we were able to buy a new real one. And I was actually told this year that Project Hope had wanted to get a new curtain for this year's show. But I'm actually extremely grateful that it didn't work out because these curtains are a wonderful reminder of a simple dream that with hard work, determination, great spirit, and many amazing student, staff, and community members turned into something much larger and more amazing than Rachel, Elise, Miss Guanci, or myself ever imagined possible.
It's amazing to think back to that first year pulling the show together in such a short time frame. We even actually held it on a Friday night after school got out. So we literally had just a few hours to pull it all together. Typing the second half of the night of the script during intermission, whispering lines through the curtain to our MCs, and staying well after midnight to clean everything up. But I'll never forget that night and how I felt. Adrenaline and emotions running high. After it was all said and done, despite the stress and glitches, because let's face it, we had no clue what we were doing, I knew we created something really special. Rachel and Elise, the legacy that you two have left behind is amazing. Project Hope has taught us all to dream big, to know that we can make a difference in the lives of others. To the alumni in the audience tonight, you all brought a special spark to this program. each of you lending a piece of yourself to this legacy. To this year's group, look at what you have achieved. To Miss Trainer and Miss Mill, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you for carrying on this legacy. When we all come together, the unimaginable is possible. John Lennon once said, "A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together is reality." Project Hope started with a dream Rachel and Elise shared. Over time, it continued to evolve into something so much more than any one of us. It is that power, that coming together of community, that has created hope for the future. Thank you.
And now, with all of our survivors, fighters, and Memorial Walk members in place, we will have the Survivor, Fighter, and Memorial Walk. Beginning is Sarah Mill, escorted by Dylan Swillam, walking in memory of her grandfather, Hugh Mills, who lost his battle to cancer.
Up next, we have Kyle Rico and cousin Brooke Stasio walking with his mom, Kim Rico, who battled and survived breast cancer.
Next up, we have Sarah Hughes and Beverly Hughes, walking in memory of Maureen Jardin, who lost the battle with breast cancer.
Coming up next, Tyler, Elida, and Danielle Bates, walking with their mom, Jane, who fought breast cancer and is now 5 years cancer-free.
Next up, we have Autumn Richardson, walking with her grandmother, Rose Marie Richardson, who fought and won her fight with stomach cancer.
Up next, we have Abby and Lauren Mosquito, walking in memory of Heather Mosquito, who unfortunately lost her battle to cancer in 2016.
Next up, we have Haley and Whitney Smith, walking in memory of their grandfather, Jay Smith, who lost his battle with pancreatic cancer.
Up next, we have Dimitri, Alex, Nico, and Yanni, walking with their beautiful and amazing mother, Suzanne, who battled and survived breast cancer.
Next, we have Lauren Lindsay, walking with her
Up next, we have Gianna Russo walking with her mother Amanda, who is a thyroid cancer survivor, and it's her birthday.
Next, we have one of the original founders, Elise Saltalamacchia, walking with her mama, Lynn Saltalamacchia, 9 years cancer-free, with grandson Grayson.
Up next is Wendy Spence walking in honor of her late husband Paul Spence and her father Chris Lewis, and in celebration of her friends and family who have conquered their battle with cancer.
Next, we have Chloe, Ryan, and Sam, who are walking in memory of their grandmother, Catherine, Debbie, Thistle, who is battling breast, lung, and brain cancer.
Up next, we have Billy Savage walking with his mother Kristen Savage in memory of his father and former Glasgow police chief who passed away from renal cell carcinoma in 2014.
Next, we have sisters Sophie, Paris, and Jordan, walking in memory of their mother Danielle, who lost her battle with cancer in 2012.
Up next, we have Melanie Cooper walking with Samantha Dennis in celebration of Melanie's grandfather Peter, whom she lost from cancer a year ago, and Samantha's aunt Maria, who passed from cancer in 2015.
Next, we have Mitch Hammond walking with his grandfather, who is a 3-time cancer survivor. 4-time more cancer survivor.
Up next, we have Kelsey and Kiara Riley walking with their father, Dan Riley, who is a cancer survivor. Mimi Trisdale for herself for being 30 years of remission from 2 bouts of cancer. Connor and Eli Schott walking for their Uncle Stephen Granby and in memory of their Uncle Roger.
Next, we have Jen and Jess Hughes walking in memory of their Nana Rita Olivia, who lost her battle with keynote speaker this evening, coming out one more time, Jen and Juliana Mitchinson, who want you to remember to choose hope. And we have one more throughout, Connor and Ellie Shaw walking for their Uncle Stephen Grampy in memory of their Uncle Roderick. And Mimi Trisdale for herself for being 30 years of remission from 2 bouts of cancer. One final round of applause for all of these individuals fighting, surviving, and who have sadly been lost. Well, Steve,
Yes, Castano.
it's that part of the evening that's kind of sad, all the effort that gets put into this over the course of the entire year. Sadly, it's coming to a close, so we need to turn the stage over to 2 very humble individuals who have taken on this entire challenge, who will give you some closing remarks. There will be some words from some student leaders and advisors, and also an announcement of some new student leaders to carry this on next year. A very big round of applause for 2 teachers who put all their effort into making this possible, Miss Trainer and Miss Mill.
Whew, okay. Wow. I don't know if any of you guys saw, but there are several people who bought or were sporting some shirts from past years, and one of the slogans that I see that just really, really speaks to what this whole night is about is that no one fights alone. And so I just ask you guys for a round of applause for yourselves for coming out and supporting this.
I take great honor in being able to announce, and thank you all for coming, but to announce that tonight alone, we were able to raise $18,650 for the cause. It truly far surpasses our goal of $10,000, and in total since September, from all of our fundraising, it puts our goal for this year at $22,700. I really need to take a minute to thank every single kind heart who donated their time, their money, and all of their efforts into making this moving of an impact on our community and celebrating a decade's worth of hope with us here tonight.
So as kind as it was for Mr. Cassano to give us such praise, we really, really owe a lot of this night, not only clearly to the community and to all of the students who have put their heart and soul into this, but there are 6 individuals in particular who I would like you to please join me in a huge round of applause for. So these 6 outstanding student leaders right here are Jake DeBurrow, Sarah Pedalero, Jen Hughes, Sophie Geisler, Caroline Diamond, and Alex Porras. Without these kids right here, getting here at 6:30 for meetings would not have been as fun. And this night definitely would not have been made possible. I mean, spending Saturdays with us was, I'm so sorry. But before school, after school, last night until like 10 o'clock, this morning at, I think some of us got here at 7, like, you name it. It's been an honor to work alongside these 6 wonderful, wonderful young adults. And so now I'm gonna turn the mic over to them as they prepare to pass the torch and aiding Jen. Jen, raise your hand. She's our lovely junior who's gonna return next year. So I'm gonna pass the mic over as they announce the leaders who are going to stand with them fearlessly to continue to raising hope for next year and all the years to come.
We cannot thank everyone who came out tonight to support us enough. This organization means a lot more to us than the people can understand. The fashion show is the fun part, but raising money and awareness for a cause so dear to our hearts is the real reason why we're here on the stage tonight.
Coming into this year, we all knew that as leaders, we must put in hours upon hours to make the show a true success. Starting from 6:30 in the morning, up until the custodians kicked us out last night, the entire Project Hope organization came together to make this show the best one yet. Seeing what a group of students and staff can accomplish is truly amazing and something each and every one of us should be proud of. The fashion show is the biggest event that we put on, and a lot goes into making the show the best it can be. Events such as Play for a Cure, the Milkman Show, and the Lululemon and Hot Asana Yoga fundraiser have helped us to accomplish everything that we've done. We want to thank everyone who donated their time, generous monetary and physical donations, and most of all, the support that we have been given during this process.
We want to give a huge thank you to some of our guest speakers, Rachel Riley, Elise Saltalamacchia, the Rosses, the Ripleys, Haley Dow, Aaron Augusta, Mrs. Guanci, and Mrs. Cerny for coming out here to speak about this great cause. We appreciate all you've done for the program. It started as a small idea that turned into an immense organization giving back to the families in the community.
We want to give a special shout out to Miss Mitchinson. We want to commend you for having the strength and courage to battle this horrible disease. We cannot thank you enough for your bravery in sharing your story with us tonight. And I think it's safe to say that your story has inspired all of us here tonight, reminding us that we are stronger together. Thank you.
Lastly, we want to give our biggest thank you to Miss Mill and Miss Trainer. Even though this is a student-led organization, we would never be able to put this show on without your help. They put so much time and effort and dedication into this organization and cause. After taking on the advisory position 2 years ago, this organization has grown to more than we could ever imagine. To show our appreciation, we decided to get them a gift. Again, thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna announce the leaders for next year. Yeah, if you get called, come down. So the first leader is Gianna Russo.
She's on her way. The next leader is Dimitri Kokoris.
The next leader that I am proudly, announcing is Emily Augusta.
The next leader is somebody who put countless hours in and outside of the school, Colin Scully.
Our last leader for next year is Lauren Mesquita.
A big round of applause for all of those new leaders. We want to announce that the auction winners will be on the back of the board. If this whole thing were a marathon, I am least deserving of any credit, even though I'm in the script to give the final words here tonight. So if this was like 26 miles of running, I'm only involved in this for like the last 10th. So even though Steve and I kind of get to be the faces of things out here, we really don't do much work. But I want to give it up for Steve for co-hosting. And I want all of you to know, a few years ago, there was a quote that stands with me by Conan O'Brien when things weren't going well for him on The Tonight Show, and he ended up losing the position. And he came out and he said this saying that's always stuck with me, and he says, the one thing that he hates most in the world is cynicism. Cynicism and negative attitudes get you absolutely nowhere. But if you are kind, and if you are hardworking, amazing things will happen. And I know sometimes as a community, maybe we complain that we don't have the highest test scores, or maybe our championship teams don't always win. But I challenge, and this isn't hyperbole, I challenge any school in New Hampshire, and I will push this further, in the United States, to show me a video of a community like this. If all of those things can fall into place here, those other things will work themselves out, because I will take this any night over any of those other things. So, even though I get the last word, I am the least deserving of it. All of you, Miss Mill, Miss Trainer, the entire community, everyone who started this years ago, you deserve the final word in the final round of applause. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next year.